This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you here to Preston Gym as tonight the Preston Indians play their second round matchup as they'll go up against the Middleton Vikings. This becomes a very interesting game. Not only is it just a elimination game to get into tomorrow's championship game, but it also pits the first poll of the season in the 4A level, the number one team, Preston, and the second ranked team in Middleton. As Preston got to this game by knocking off Star Valley last night, 70-62. Preston had four players finish the game in double figures in scoring over the Braves, who showed their mettle in their first game of the year. Ty High tallied 17 points last night. Scott Dunn had 15. Luke Smaley finished with 14. And Gabe Hammonds rounded out the quartet with 10 points in the game. For Middleton, the second-ranked team in 4A coming into this week, they are 3-1 as they start play here tonight. Their only loss was a 52-45 game at Twin Falls earlier this year. They advanced to tonight's semifinals game with a 2-point win over Green Canyon in a game that was not really as close as what the score would indicate, as they dominated the game pretty much right from the start. The Vikings used their size and power to their advantage to carry them to the victory, 76-74. As far as all-time meetings between the two teams, the Indians and the Vikings, well, they played 3 times. Preston has won all 3 times. They played twice back in the 2016 season. Preston downed Middleton twice in those games. On January 9th, the Indians defeated the Vikings 44-41. They met again later in the state playoffs that year, with the Indians recording another 3-point win, 51-48. The third meeting came last year. They met in the first round of the state tournament last year as well. Middleton really dominated most of the game throughout. It was Cooper Hobson who got hot in the fourth quarter of that game, brought the Indians back and ended up winning and moved on to the second round. Of course, we all know what happened with the Indians after that. So it's the Indians and the Middleton Vikings coming up from here at Preston Gym in just a little bit. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk about some of the keys to tonight's game. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It starts with the action on the court, moves to the crowd, is described by the broadcasters and transmitted to you wherever you are. The energy, passion, and excitement will make you shout out loud even if no one else is around. Go ahead. It starts right here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday, the Aggies take on the BYU Cougars at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City. The pregame show's at 5:30. The tip-off is at 6.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa. Changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40. The 30. The 20. The 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stressed when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
WestMotorCompany.com. The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-0810.
KACH. KACH.
Well, we welcome you back here once again to the pregame show as we look at the keys to tonight's game. First of all, the key number one has to be for the Indians, they have to play better than they did last night. Yeah, they scored 70 points and picked up a win to go to 4-0 on the year, but to be honest with you, they really escaped with a win. They did not play well. Admittedly, in fact, Coach Jones telling us after the game last night that they kind of sputtered offensively, even though they scored 70 points. So they have to get back to the way they play basketball in the first 3 games of the year and put aside the way they played last night. Key number 2 will be stay out of foul trouble. It'll be imperative that Ty Hyde will stay out of foul trouble as he goes up against their big center, 6'7" senior Tyler Robinette. Robinette's very athletic, moves well without the ball, and Ty has to be able to stay out of foul trouble. Then again, for the officials, if they call the game the way they called the game last night, well, that remains to be seen, as they called a very tight game last night, a game that would really seemed like a game that is the way it's officiated at the state tournament. Very, very tight. Key number 3 tonight for the Indians is going to be play your own game. Don't get caught up in the way that Middleton wants to play. Don't try to run with them, and don't get caught up in the way that they play. Those are the keys to tonight's game, brought to you by Naylor Insurance for home, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by Naylor Insurance on State Street or call 208-852-0810. That's 208-852-0810. Take another time out. We'll come back and talk to Ron Smaley as we get ready for tonight's game. We'll do all that right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Ron Smaley joins me on the pregame show. In fact, Ron will be with us on the broadcast again tonight. Lyle Fuller's still a little under the weather. You came over, you sat down, the first thing out of your mouth was, this is going to be a fun game.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got, last year we played Middleton in the first round of the tournament, and so they probably got a little revenge factor they want here too. And then just the fact that we got the number 1 and the number 2 team ranked in state right now brings a little more to it, and it just has all the makings for a fun game.
Yeah, it really does, and fun game. Close competition game. Remember that game they played in the state tournament last year? They dominated us. through most of the three quarters.
They did.
Cooper Hobson got hot in the fourth quarter and led us back to the win.
I remember he hit like 3 threes in that quarter.
And that was part of the reason why Middleton wanted to come and play in this tournament. They wanted to take another shot at Preston before the state tournament this year.
Exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of keys. You probably mentioned some of them, but one of the big keys of the game is Robinette versus Hyde with foul trouble.
Yes.
Who can stay out of foul trouble? Because Robinette's going to want to come out a little bit more. Hyde's going to want to kind of go in the low block a little bit more. And so they're both going to kind of have each other do what, I don't know, maybe they won't guard each other, but I kind of think they might. But it should be a fun game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it. This ought to be a lot of fun as the folks starting to come in. Student section is starting to fill up. We got a lot of folks who stuck around from the previous games.
Yep.
The winner of this game will get a shot at Meridian tomorrow in the championship game at 3 o'clock. So hopefully the Preston Indians will be able to punch their ticket to face Meridian in that game tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
that'd be great.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Starting lineups and the opening tap are coming up right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's the end of a long day, and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston, with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield,
It's time for Preston High School Indians basketball. The Indians hit the court looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston basketball is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Rouse Construction, bringing custom homes to the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in the city of Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by mylocalradio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. As we welcome you back inside Preston Gym, it's time for Preston Indians basketball as the Indians take on the Vikings from Middleton. Dan Hubbard along with Ron Smaley tonight. Glad to have you with us as the starting lineup's being announced onto the floor. Merritt Foote will get a start tonight as 5'10 junior for Middleton. Also, Cash Crowley will start this evening. He is a 6'3 junior. The guy that Ron mentioned a moment ago, Tyler Robinette, a 6'7 senior, will start in the middle. It'll be Tage Sataki who will start as well, as it'll also be number 24, Jordan Hames, tonight, getting a start for the Vikings. He is a 6'4 senior. For the Indians, the starting lineup for the Indians looks this way. Scott Dunn gets a start tonight for Preston. Scott, of course, a senior, averaging 15 points a game. Luke Smaley, at point, also a senior, 11.7 points a game is what he's averaged through the first 4 games. Cole Harris at power forward, averaging 6.7 points a game. Garrett Ward will start this evening as well for Preston, averaging about a point and a half a game, but everything else that he does on the floor, which is much more important than the scoring. And Ty Hyde in the center, the team's leading scorer, 16.2 points per game through the first 4 games. He led the team last night in scoring with 17. That's a look at your starting lineups for tonight. Are you ready to go?
I am ready. I am more than ready, and I'm looking forward to it.
This ought to be good. So Bonneville comes out onto the floor first. Preston's just last-minute instructions
this
from
is Middleton, not Bonneville.
I'm sorry. I saw green jersey or green uniforms.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Bonneville.
Yeah.
It's Middleton. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Preston getting some last-minute instructions from Coach Jones before they come out onto the floor. As to remind you that the winner of this game will play at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, as the loser will play at 1:30. The loser will play against Bonneville. Another reason why I said Bonneville, I had them on my mind because that's who the loser of this game will play.
There you go.
So here we go. Hyde against Robinette. Ready to play here at Preston. We're underway. The 30-game winning streak on the line here at home. Ty controls the opening tap as it comes to Luke Smaley. Smaley immediately down in the corner, goes to Dunn down low. They double team and they take the ball away from Ty.
Yeah, Ty held it up high, and he's got to keep that down a little closer.
Comes to Robinette. Robinette gives it off to Foot. He'll back it back out as it goes to Hames. Hames will go back to Foot. Over here on the near side as it comes here to Stuckey. Back in the corner, back to Stuckey. He takes a 3 from there, and it's good. They pronounce it Stuckey, so that's what we'll go with as well. So Smaley wants to line up a 3 to get it even, and does.
That's the way to answer it, right back.
That's a good start for Luke. Remember last night, Preston missed their first 6 3-point shots in the first quarter. Back in the corner, back to Stuckey again, another 3. That one is no good. Foot has the rebound inside. He goes down, however, he's able to get the ball to Robinette. Robinette kick it back off in the corner. Cowdrey doesn't take the shot. It goes to Hames, who does. That's an air ball saved on the floor. Wow. Nice play by Robinette to keep control of the ball. Back over to Cowdrey. In the corner, back to Foot again. 3-pointer is good.
Dan, Preston's got to do a better job rotating. They're getting wide open looks right now.
6-3, the Vikings on top. Back out top, Harris looks at a 3. Cole's 3, that's no good. Takes a wild bounce. Robinette has the rebound.
They're going to give some of our guys that shot, Dan. They're taking Ty out of it. They're going to just say, you guys beat us with 3s.
Foot looks back door. There's nothing there. Goes back to Himes. Back out top. Swing it back to the far side. Back to Cowdrey. Cowdrey give it back to Foot. As you hear in the background, the coach yelling out instructions from the bench for Middleton. Cowdrey tries to drive baseline. He's cut off by Smaley. Kicks it back out to Stuckey. That shot's no good. Long rebound's going to come out of bounds.
That was a better defensive stance right there for Preston. We rotated a little bit better. The first couple times we were kind of lost running around trying to find our guys.
6-3. 5:45 to play here in the first. Just underway on a Friday. Glad to have you with us. As Smaley has in the corner, drops it down into the post, tries to go baseline to Cole Harris, and Ty has his pass intercepted. Another turnover for Hyde. Long lead pass goes to Hames, and it's out of bounds off of him.
We got
the ball come back over to Preston.
Careful. Middleton is real good at passing lanes, and they're lengthy, so we've got to have real precision passing tonight.
Smalley walks it up the floor. Jones giving him some instructions as he comes across the timeline. Wants to drive, kick it back to Ward. Now goes to Harris in the corner. Looks at a three, doesn't take it. Back out top to Garrett. He'll give it to Smalley, who comes back to get the ball. Luke directs traffic a little bit, looks inside. They got the double team ready on Ty, so they don't go there. Give it back to Ward. Now they go inside. Ty gets bumped as he goes up. His first shot of the game is no good. Rebound comes off the foot, and then foot goes down.
And that's what he can't do. Ty can't do those frustration fouls. That's we just got it. We can't do that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Ty has to be able to keep his cool in the game.
Yep.
So the first on Ty. That's the first foul for either side as well. 5 minutes exactly to play here in the first quarter. 3 minutes in, 6-3. Middleton on top. They'll give it back to Foot. Foot looks down the left side. Now Cowdrey, top of the key, wants to drive from the right elbow. Put it in. 2 points for Cowdrey. That makes it 8-3. Smalley trying to slow things down just a little bit. Let the offense set itself up. They go back inside to Hyde again. Ty has his first shot blocked, gets it back, puts it back up. That's no good. Ames has the rebound. That ball's got to come back out when they double team him like that.
Yep.
Foot all the way, spins it up from the reverse layup, doesn't draw iron, gives it back out as it comes back to Robinette. Robinette, quick pass across court for three from his foot. Doesn't take the shot. They whip it all the way back around. Hames lines up a three. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Ty up high to get the rebound. Gives it off to Smalley. Full court run. Now they go to Harris. Backdoor pass, and Cole's wide open for the layup. 8-5. Preston back to within 3. Under 4 minutes to play as we're halfway through quarter number 1. Up into the front court. Nice job by Luke Smalley. Got a fingertip on it and deflected out of bounds.
So what they're doing so far is they're taking Ty completely out, and they're facing Dunn too. So they're saying to us, these two guys aren't going to beat us. Everybody else has to. And it's a good sub to bring Gabe in, so we have some outside shooting right there.
Gabe Hammonds comes in as Garrett Ward goes out. Driving his foot, doesn't take the shot, kicks it off in the corner. The three-pointer there from Stuckey is no good. Then comes to Smalley up in the front court. Hammonds looks at a three immediately and drills it.
Way to go, Gabe. That's what we need. Tie it up. Good quick release.
That'll loosen up the defense too.
Yep.
Knowing that somebody else besides Dunn can shoot the three-pointer. Foot, top of the key. Robinette comes out to set the pick. Hyde comes with him. They try to lay it off to Robinette. He has it in the paint. Backs in on Ty. Puts it in. That's a foul on Ty, and that's 2.
Yep. Kind of what we talked about in the pregame a little bit is, that's not good for Preston with Ty to have 2 fouls with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Ty's going to have to come out as Rhett Robertson comes in. So Ty with 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yep.
So here is Tyler Robinette at the line, trying to complete the three-point play, which he does. That's 11-8. Middleton on top. Right at 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Smalley gives it off to Dunn. Right free throw line extended right to Harris. Back over to Hammonds. Hammonds holds, now comes back to Smalley. Luke lines up a three. That needs a bounce, won't get it. Harris inside. Great rebound by Cole. Now they leave him alone. He'll take the little jumper from the baseline. That's no good. Robinette has it. Quick outlet. Goes to Foot. Defenders are back, so Foot will slow it down. Give it back to Robinette. Traveled.
Yep, they caught him on that. So Robinette with Ty out now. He's gonna drive in and just go right to the hoop and try to draw more fouls.
In the game last night, Robinette, who had a definite size advantage inside in the game against Green Canyon, they were lobbing him the ball and getting it to him all kinds of different ways. He had a couple, 2 or 3 different slam dunks in the game.
Yeah, I'll say.
Hammonds goes to Harris. Harris looks inside, nothing there, so he comes back to Scott Dunn on the left side. Dunn, nice crossover dribble, shoots over Robinette. That's no good. Robertson with the rebound, blocked by Robinette as the ball comes back to Preston again. It comes back to Hammonds. Gives it back to Smalley. Luke takes a peek back at the coach to get in some instructions. Now comes around the screen. Back to Hammond along the baseline. 8-foot jumper. That's no good. Robinette has the board. Here comes just into the game. That's Medeiros. I checked that. That's Dylan McKnight, I should say. 32, not 12. Casey Wright wants to drive. Can't get a shot. Give it back to Foot. Now back to Wright. Back to Robinette in three-point land. He also shot several three-pointers last night against Green Canyon. Spin move. Can't get a shot. Gives it back to Wright. Wright will hold top of the key as Robertson pops out on him. Got a mismatch inside as Smaley's on Robinette, and Wright's little runner in the lane is good. 13-8. Preston could not fall behind here with Ty Hyde sitting on the bench. Smaley looks inside. Now he'll back the ball back out again. Robertson comes out to set the screen. Luke goes around it, drives all the way. Score the bucket and gets the free throw.
Nice job. He waited for the pick to come and then used his body to force the foul. It's good.
Fouls on Robinette, his first. That's the first team foul against Middleton that took 6 minutes and 50 seconds for them finally to blow a whistle against the Vikings.
And I'm okay with that. They only have 3 fouls. Last night gave us enough fouls for the whole season. That was a foul-infested calling game. So
here's Smaley. Luke had 14 in the game last night, and the free throw is good. So Luke completes the three-point play, and he has 6 here in the early going. Back to a 2-point game, 13-11. As they get the ball down along the baseline, it goes to Johansson, who gets the layup. So Trent Johannes gets the layup, back to a 4-point lead inside the final minute now here in the first quarter. 50 seconds on the clock as it runs. Goes back to Ward, just back into the game. Now back to Hammonds. It's telegraphed his pass, really, and they intercepted it as it's ahead to Stuckey. Stuckey, you pull the ball back out, give it back to Wright. 35 seconds to go here in the quarter. As Stuckey will pull the ball out and they'll work for the last shot. Wants to drive on Ward, he gets cut off. Now he looks down the left side, nothing there, so he backs it back out again. 25 seconds to play. Back out top to McKnight. He holds, waiting. Now he gives it back to Wright. Wright wants to drive, finds himself in trouble, kicks it off in the corner, three-pointer from there, needs a bounce, won't get it on the shot by Stuckey. Preston has the rebound and a foul as Dunn goes down with the ball. Foul's going to go on
15.
14, Trent Johansson.
That was a great rebound right there by Dunn. He had boxed out well, and he got up and came down strong, drawing the foul.
They got 7 seconds to shoot. Luke should know the clock. Get it to Ward. Give it back to somebody. Got to do something with it. Dunn's not going to get the shot off. They didn't know the clock. There's not really any excuse for that. They didn't know the clock. They trail by 4 here after the first quarter. 15-11, favor of Middleton. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with more right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Whether you go into the mountains during the fall to look for big game or use your camera for shots of nature, make sure you don't get stuck while you're there. Visit West Motor Company today and check out the wide selection of four-wheel drive vehicles we have in stock. With new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Ford vehicles and loads of pre-owned four-wheel drives on the lot, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle for your backcountry adventures this year. West Motor Company in Preston and Logan. Stop in today.
WestMotorCompany.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
KACH.
Preston down 4 at the end of the first quarter. Not bad considering that Ty missed half the first quarter with 2 fouls.
Yeah, I was just noticing that Middleton's coach is watching Jones. He knows all of our plays, and whatever Tyler calls, he counters it. So I'll have to see if Coach Jones picks up on that. I bet he will.
Ball belongs to the Vikings to start the second quarter. McKnight in the corner has it taken away. Luke with good hands takes it away. 3-on-2. Luke all the way to the bucket, draws the foul and the basket.
Yes. Great job. Good steal and a good finish there.
Going to be a blocking foul as Casey Wright will draw the foul. His first, team's third. And Luke will go back to the line once again. to try to complete the three-point play.
This is a good opportunity for Preston to make a little run, hopefully, with Robinette on the bench at the same time as Ty.
As Luke, nothing but net, 2 for 2 from the line tonight. He has 9 here in the first.
He traveled
in the first half.
Yeah, they got him.
They call it, absolutely.
Yeah. Good defense there by Preston.
Another turnover. Here comes Merritt Foote back into the game, as Wright will go to the bench, as he compounded the problem with the foul, led to the three-point play with the turnover. So Smalley has it. Preston down by a point, 15-14. 20 seconds into quarter number 2. Smalley's jump shot is no good. Harris gets the rebound, goes back to Luke. Left hand layup is good.
That's a great find by Harris right there, seeing Luke cutting.
Full court pressure put on by the Indians. Gets it up into the front court as it goes to Cowdrey. Cowdrey lost the ball, has to go in the corner to get it. Now he gives it back to Merritt Foote. Foote, a 5'10 junior. Top of the key, swings it back over here in front of the Indians bench to Stuckey. Stuckey doesn't take the shot. He'll give it back over to Hames. Hames looks inside, coming to get the ball. A little jumper from the baseline. That's no good, as the shot put up there by Johansson. Here comes Smalley again. Luke driving all the way. He can draw another foul. Absolutely. Count it. Another block.
Attaboy. You know, they're not doubling Luke, so he's taking advantage of that and just going right and being aggressive and going to the hoop.
They called the foul on Cash Cowdrey. That's his first, team's fourth. Luke already taking charge with Ty on the bench, already has 13 points here in the first half, and going to the line to try to complete his third three-point play in about the last 7 minutes off the clock. And it's good again. Again, full court pressure by the Indians.
Good.
Trap Foot in the backcourt and
stepped out of
timeout.
bounds. They called timeout.
They had to call timeout, otherwise they would have lost the ball. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
You know, Ron, the great thing about the way Luke's playing here in the first half, he gets a full head of steam and heads up court. He doesn't allow them to turn and face up on defense.
Oh, yeah.
So then he goes to the backside. They have no choice but to block him.
Yeah, he'll beat him there. Yeah, and you know, the other thing about Luke is he's always willing to pass, so they're always wondering, you know, do I need to, he's probably going to pass it, so.
Luke comes over and runs into Stuckey as he gets the inbound pass. So Luke will draw the foul. That'll be his first. 3 team fouls on the Indians. As they'll get it back in, it comes into Merritt Foote. Foote comes right, gets cut off there by Ward. Now it goes down in the corner to Cowdrey. Cowdrey trying to turn and get a shot overdone, but he can't, so he has to dribble it out of the corner and go back to Foote. Ward almost took it away. Foote stops at the free throw line, kicks it over. Three-pointer from the left side is good.
Dang.
Put in there by Stuckey. Stuckey, I should say, with his second three-pointer of the half. Smalley up into the front court. Comes to Dunn, looks at a three. We got
they're going to call it on them.
Before the shot.
Well, they were calling that. This ref was calling that screen last night on us, but he gave it to them today.
That foul is going to be against Stuckey. Nope, I thought he said 10. It's going to go against Eaton.
Well, they haven't put it up there.
They haven't put it up there yet. As comes back to Hammonds, looks at a three from straight away. Good again.
Boy, Gabe. Man, that's big right there. Good job, Gabe.
He's got 2 threes. Actually, the foul does go against Stuckey. That's his first. Hames goes back to Robinette, just back into the game. Robinette works against Dunn. He can't get around him, so he goes back in the corner, back to Hames again. Drives in the paint, lay it up, misses the layup, gets his own rebound. Kick it back out to Cowdery. Comes down the paint. Flip it up. Missed that one as well.
Yeah, boy, Cole.
Harris has the rebound. Goes to Smaley. Look out. Here comes Luke again. No! As that one stays out. Robinette saves it on the floor. Picked off there by Harris. Back to Hammonds in the corner. Wants to drive. He gets cut off.
Good pull out by Gabe right there.
Comes back to Smaley. Back top of the key. Just letting everything slow down from a horrific pace. Smaley back to the glass. That's no good. Tapped as Merritt for a foot, able to go get it in the corner. To Hames, back up into the front court. Bounce it down low to Robinette on the right block. Turns on Harris. Goes over Harris. No good, but a foul. And I think Cole kind of bodied him a little bit on the way up.
They just both blew their whistle before anything happened, assuming.
They call it on Cole. That's 4 team fouls on the Indians. That's the first foul on Harris, as Robinette will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2. Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Robinette misses the first.
Coach Jones is still choosing not to put Ty back in, so I think as long as we can maintain the lead, he'll probably keep him out.
Robinette's second. That one's no good again. He missed them both. As the rebound comes back to Stuckey, a 3 is no good. Smaley able to hustle and go get the ball in the corner. Here comes Luke on the dead run. Gives it back to Ward in the corner, back to Hammonds. Robinette has to come way from the hoop to come play defense against the three-point shooter. Now it comes back to Ward. Garrett finds Cole Harris, who hands it back to Smaley. 4:40, I should say, left it here in the first half. As Dunn goes down the middle, flips it up toward the basket, tried to get the foul, no. Smaley's got the rebound, goes back up, no. Robinette has the rebound inside this time with good position. Quickly up to Stuckey in the front court, back to Robinette as he just does get across the center court stripe. Gives it off to Foote. Foote will go back to Hames, now back down low to Robinette. Harris bodying up on him, finds an open man in the corner. A three-pointer from there is good by Merritt Foote.
Good job by Robinette to, see he didn't have a shot and give it up to someone else.
Hammonds along the baseline, that's no good. Wild bounce, Robinette tapped it. Smaley able to go and get it legally in the backcourt because it was knocked there by Robinette. Preston leading by a point, 22-21. Hammonds in the corner, looking for another 3. Good again!
That boy, Gabe, keep feeding it. Keep feeding it.
He's got 3 threes here in the first half. 25-21. Rhett Robertson's going to check back in for Preston. Comes back to Stuckey. Stuckey gives it back off to Johansson in the corner to Robinette. Wants a 3. Harris right there on him. He shoots over Harris. That's no good. Rebound inside with good position. Goes to Johansson with a putback layup.
Yeah, Preston's got to do a better job of boxing out, especially they're getting a lot of offensive rebounds. We've got to find their guys and box them out better.
3:10 to play. Preston by a deuce. 25-23. Hammonds to Ward. Gives it off to Scott Dunn. Dunn goes back in the left corner this time to Hammonds. Doesn't take the shot as Hames was right out on him. Comes back out to Smaley, who will slow it down again. Gets some instructions from Coach Jones once again. Wants to direct traffic now. Hammonds goes back down into the right corner. Luke drives, and then a blocking foul inside.
Good.
They going to call that on Hames or on Robinette? It's going against Robinette.
Good. That's his second, right?
Yes.
So that matches him with Ty, so that's good.
And that's 7 team fouls, so that's going to put Luke at the line to shoot 1 and 1.
And it's been nice for Preston to be able to keep Ty on the bench, just to not get that 3rd foul in the first half. So
Luke so far tonight is 3 for 3 from the line.
You're not supposed to say that, then they miss. Watch,
he's going to show you up right here. Bingo.
Okay, you're right. All right. It seems like every time we say, oh, this guy, he's a great foul shooter, then they brick it.
That's right. Well, remember, there's damn lies, and statistics.
That's right, exactly right.
Indians by 3. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. Stokes Market True Value on State Street right here in Preston.
Robinette's coming out from Middleton.
Cash Cowdery comes back in. Robinette goes back to the bench.
Yep.
So you're right. We talked about foul trouble, and they have laid it on both the big men.
Well, it's good that they both have 2, and they'll probably sit them both out the rest of the half, I would imagine.
Smaley for the second, makes them both. Luke is 5 for 5 from the line here in the first half, and he has 16 with two and a half roughly to play here in the first half. Right back into the game, gives it back in the corner. Johansson doesn't take the shot. Crosses over on Robertson, gives it back to Cowdrey. Back out top to Merritt. Foot goes through his hands, so he has to go back and get it. Foot wants to drive down the middle around Robertson. Missed the layup. Here comes Smaley. Gets it ahead to Dunn. Indians up 2-on-1. Dunn all the way, lay it in.
Good job, Scotty. Good body control right there.
Scotty gets on the score sheet. Preston up by 6 with 2:10 to play. Into the front court. Comes to Johansson. Drives. Kicks it back out. Doesn't get the shot with big Rhett Robertson standing right in his way. Comes back to Casey Wright outside the three-point area. Now he'll back it back out as he almost goes all the way back to the timeline as we're under 2 minutes now to play here in the first half. Cowdrey driving. And we got a little elbowing, pushing foul on Rhett before the shot. That'll be 5 team fouls on the Indians.
Yeah, we've got one more foul to give, Dan. So we need to use that smart in this last minute and 51 on something like that where he's driving to the basket.
Foot will bring it in, lobs it into Cowdrey. Cowdrey turns and faces up on Harris and then drives on Harris, and Harris held him.
I thought they were going to call him for a travel. He took that, see, Coach Jones is saying the same thing. He took that first step without dribbling. It was a total travel.
So now Preston's out of fouls with 1:48 to play in the half. Cowdrey lines up a 3, no good. Long rebound comes off to Smaley. Luke will bring it back up to the timeline and start to slow things down here a little bit again. Garrett Ward will be back in for the Preston at the next dead ball. Smaley looks, brings it back out. Done for a 3. That's forced.
He's forced some. Off. Yeah, Scott's got to take that in the rhythm of the offense. He'll get that going in the next half.
Here comes Wright. Back in the left corner. He goes there to Merritt. Foot. Drives a drive baseline. He's cut off by Hammonds. Finds himself in the paint. Doesn't take the shot. Back to Cowdrey. Cowdrey in the paint. Goes up over the top of Harris. That's good.
Good move by Cowdrey right there. Just backed Harrison and shot over him.
He's got 4. 1:05 to play in the half. Preston leading by 4, 29-25. Smaley back to Hammonds. He has 3 threes in the first half here already. Goes back to Smaley. Down the middle around Cowdrey. Can't get the layup to fall. Rolls off. Cowdrey's got the rebound. Pushing his way through traffic as he comes up the floor. Loses it as he goes up. That's off him. Absolutely. Preston ball.
Yep. The coaches aren't agreeing with it, but went right off his knee. I don't know what they... 30-second timeout, Preston.
Preston wants a timeout with 46 seconds left in the half. We'll take it here as well. We'll be right back. Preston leads by 4.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Team's back out on the floor after the timeout. 46 seconds left. Preston's ball backcourt, and some modest backcourt pressure put on by Middleton, then they'll back out of it fairly quickly.
Yep.
As they come up into the front court, Smaley walks the dribble across the timeline. 35 seconds left here in the first half, Smaley bounced it inside to Robertson, just back in the game. His shot, no good.
Oh, I don't know why he didn't hold on to that for the last shot, Dan. I would have liked to have seen that.
That's a good question.
Yep.
Casey Wright gives it off, back to Merritt. Foot. Middleton will hold on to it for the last shot. Clock at 18 seconds and running down. Foot with Smaley on him. We'll back it back out again. 12 seconds now.
Don't foul.
As Foot drives. Both players slip a little bit. Now with 6, with 5. Foot's got to work to get a shot. Cowdrey on the left side drives the baseline. Offense.
Yes. Good job.
That's going to go on Cowdrey. That'll be his second. 1.3 for Preston to shoot. Remember, they had this in a game here last year, and Luke hit one from beyond midcourt against Minico.
He made one his sophomore year, the the same place. So we're not predicting anything.
If Luke doesn't make that 3 against Minico, we don't go 4 overtimes.
Yep.
He'll try it again. Lets it fly. Oh, just missed.
It's close.
First half is in the books. Preston leads by 4 at the halftime break, 29-25. We invite you to stay tuned. The Ralph Construction halftime report is next. Stay with us. Preston leads at the halftime break.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It starts with the action on the court, moves to the crowd, is described by the broadcasters and transmitted to you wherever you are. The energy, passion, and excitement will make you shout out loud even if no one else is around. Go ahead. It starts right here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday, the Aggies take on the BYU Cougars at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City. The pregame show's at 5:30. The tip-off is at 6.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston. The halftime report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Welcome back here at halftime. Preston leading by 4, 29-25. This is the Ralph Construction halftime report. You know, Ron, if you go back and look at all the things we talked about keys to the game, you can tick them all off as we hit them just about pretty much on the head. Number 1, stay out of foul trouble. Ty has 2, but nobody else has more than 2.
Right.
Cole Harris also has 2. That's
right.
really about it.
Yeah.
Play your game. That's really what they've done. They've gone away. They've not tried to match anything that Middleton does. They have played their game right from the opening tip-off.
Yep.
And number 3, play better. Forget about last night. Go out, play a much better game, and give yourself a chance to win the game, and they've really done that in the first half.
Well, but the interesting thing, Dan, is Ty Haddon only played 5 minutes of that first half. It was scoreless, and Scott Dunn has 2 points.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of offensive firepower that we haven't tapped into this game. Now, Gabe Hammonds came in and gave us 3 threes, and Luke had mostly because he had to.
Right.
He came in and took over when Ty was out. But, they from the get-go of this game, Middleton took Ty and Scott out of the game.
Right.
They were facing Ty, and they had just basically a guy in Scott's face the whole time. And so what do good teams do? Other guys step up like Luke did. He stepped up and took that over. So it'll be interesting in the second half. Now they got to deal with Luke. They got to deal with Hammonds being over there. And I think it's going to come down to our defensive rotation and Ty staying out of foul trouble versus Robinette still.
Yep, I think you're absolutely right. And having the threat like Gabe Hammonds on the floor hitting 3 threes, now they can't, when Ty comes back in, they can't really really compress the defense down on Ty as much. No. Because now there's another option to shoot over the top of the defense.
And Johansson, who made their outside shots? Johansson, I know, made a couple.
Stuckey.
And those 2 guys. Robinette likes to shoot it out there, but
He had 3 points. That's it in the first half.
Yeah, so I think we actually have more offensive weapons than they do as I dissect the game a little bit more, but I think it's still going to be a barn burner in this second half.
I do as well. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, look at the stats right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
COACH. 5 letters synonymous with leadership and encouragement. A person who cares about your success in athletics, but even more about your success in life. Hear from the coach right here on the Coach Craig Smith Show.
The Coach Craig Smith Show, live from the new Chicago Pizza location in Logan. Monday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
The holidays are a special time, filled with delicious meals, savory meats, desserts, candies, and hot apple cider. The team at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston wish you and yours a delicious holiday season filled with happiness. Visit us today for all the ingredients for your special recipes. Shop the wide selection of holiday gifts for everyone on your list. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. We thank you for your patronage.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. Preston leading 29-25 as you look at the stat sheet from the first half. First for the Middleton Vikings, Merritt Foote finished the first half with 6 points on a pair of three-pointers. Cash Cowdery had 4. Tyler Robinette had 3. Trade Stuckey finished the half with 6. Casey Wright had 2. Trent Johansson had a total of 4 in the first half. As Middleton only shot 3 free throws, all of them shot by Robinette, and he was 1 out of 3. For the Preston Indians, Ty Hyde, as Ron mentioned, sat most of the first half with 2 fouls, did not score. Scott Dunn had 2. Luke Smaley led all scorers in the half with 16. He was 5 for 5 from the line. Cole Harris had 2. Garrett Ward did not score. Gabe Hammond was with 9 on 3 threes. And Rhett Robertson played but did not score. And like Middleton, all the free throws came for the Indians from one man. That was Luke Smaley, but he made them all. He was 5 for 5 in the first half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back more right after this as we get ready for the second half. This has been the Ralph's Construction Halftime Report. Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community in Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. 435-232-1837.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
mylocalradio.com.
We are all ready to start the second half. Both teams back out on the floor as Preston with a 4-point lead. The ball will belong to Middleton to start the second half. Preston will go from left to right across your radio dial here in the second half. And the second half of tonight's game is brought to you in part by Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Pop and Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. And while you're there, ask about their catering options as well. In fact, they'll even come to your house and prepare it right there in front of you. Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Pop and Pins Bowling Center on right on the highway in downtown Preston.
I thought it was Island Bowl Grill.
It is.
Oh, I thought you called it Hawaiian Bowl Grill.
Oh, it's Island.
Island.
Island Bowl.
Oh, okay. It said Hawaiian Bowl. Either way, it's good Hawaiian food.
I thought the ball belonged to Middleton. It actually belongs to Preston.
Oh,
so
good.
The Indians have the ball to start the second half. Ty Hyde back in the game to start the half. As Ty holds on to it, gives it to Luke, who comes around the corners. Coach Jones yelling out instructions. Ward comes across. Now Luke takes it down the left side. Free throw line extended. They double team Hyde. Luke shoots over the top of the double team for three.
It's good. If they're going to give him that, he'll take it, Dan.
Luke's got 2 threes here in the game and a total of 19 points. Ball outside there to Hames. Goes to Robinette, pulls Ty way away from the basket. Stuckey doesn't take the shot, back to Hames. Hames comes to Foot back here on the near side. Lob it inside to Robinette. Double teamed as Harris is on him as it comes back outside to Hames. Swing it back over here. Cowdrey's got a 3. Good.
I like how Preston's putting Harris on Robinette. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And then Ty will come over to help on the double team. So that way Robinette can't back Ty in and draw that easy foul.
So each side with a 3 to start the second half. Comes to Ty at the right elbow. He'll hand it to Dunn. Lay it back to Ty. Ty goes up and in.
There we go. Great job by Dunn there to get that pass to the big guy.
Somebody finally took that lid off the top of the basket there halfway through the second half. Preston had a hard time getting things to go.
Yeah.
Even though they scored 18 points in the second quarter. Robinette takes a 3. Good.
Yeah, see, he can shoot that. And Ty's going to have to come out and kind of defend that a little bit.
Still a 3-point lead for the Indians, 34-31. Ward has it, free throw line extended left, goes back in the corner to Smaley, now back to Ward, back out top to Cole Harris. He looks at a 3. Big high bounce, Robinette has it near the top of the key on the miss. He'll turn and bring the ball up the floor himself. Hands it off to Foot. Merritt, crossover dribble on Harris. Sees Ty, kicks the ball back out. 3-pointer there is good by Stuckey.
You've got to rotate, just like I said, that defense. Yep.
Timeout on the floor called by the Indians. 5:50 to play here in the quarter. We're tied at 34. We're back in 30.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa, it's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, we're tied at 34. As ball belongs to the Indians, Smaley walks it up the floor. So the lead has finally dwindled away. Dunn has it, swing it over to Harris, drives on Robinette, and a block charging foul on
That guy will
Harris.
call that all day. And you know, they're letting Cole just shoot. They're not even guarding him, so he did the right thing to drive in right there. But maybe a pull-up right there, you know?
Yep.
They're going to give him that much room.
So now Ty has to guard Robinette.
Yep.
As Gabe Hammonds comes back on the floor and replacing Cole Harris.
That's his third foul, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Robinette into the corner. Ward pops out on him. Drop it down to Cowdrey on the left block. Looks inside, nothing there. Hames, high arching 3, good.
Yeah, we've got to do a better job, like I said at halftime, of rotating on our perimeter defense. And I'd like to see Hyde get down and draw a foul on Robinette right now and get his third foul.
Smaley to answer with a 3 of his own. That's no good. Merritt Foote has the long rebound. Defenders are back, so Foote will slow it down. Takes it down into the right corner. Looks inside. Robinette lines up another 3. In and out, stays out. Comes to Dunn, gives it to Smaley. Luke on the run. Luke comes up the floor. Back to Dunn.
Nope.
That's going to be too long, but it banked in.
Looks like, or Dunn's like, I'll take the bank. I'm good with that.
He only shot it about 2.5 feet too long, but it went in.
Counts the same.
Foote trying to
he's
spin
pushing.
in the paint. Bumps into Smaley. Will kick it back out to Hames to avoid the 3-second call. Back inside.
Oh, that went off
There.
him. Yeah.
That's off of Cowdrey's knee for the second time tonight.
Yeah.
And Cowdrey, incredulous, can't believe it.
Well, it went right off his knee. He thought it should have been a foul on Garrett, but the ref didn't call it, and he let the ball go out of bounds.
So Preston put the ball back. 4:25 to play in the quarter. We're still even at 37. Hammonds out top to Ward. Garrett's got a wide open 3. Too long. Long rebound.
Yes,
goes
that's
off
off
in the
them.
corner, and they're going to say it was off Hammonds.
Wow.
Foote was there.
Foote, it looked like he ran over and tried to grab it and pushed it.
They're going to say it was off of Hammonds, so the ball goes back over to the Vikings.
Preston's out in the full court press now.
They'll find Cowdrey in a soft spot. Comes quickly up the floor, goes to Robinette, who lost it and then threw it away.
Yep. Kind of careless on the catch and then kind of a careless pass. So
comes up the floor, looks at Cowdrey and says, my bad.
Yep.
So Preston gets the ball back again. Smaley across the timeline, back up into the front court. Comes here to the right side, looks down low, goes to Dunn in the corner. Trying to get it down low to Hyde. Ty had his shot blocked. Here comes Cowdrey up the floor, gets Dunn up in the air. That's no good. Tapped inside by Robinette. No. Again, controlled by Cowdrey as he's able to get it back. He'll turn and face up on Luke as they'll kick the ball back out. Stuckey, again, another 3. That's too long. Smaley gets the rebound, almost gets knocked down by Foote all the way, laid up and in. Luke with 21, quickly up the floor. Here comes Stuckey, comes in to challenge Ty, and offense.
Yep, Ty got there first, held his ground. Ty's really good at that and got a foul. Great job, Ty Hyde.
That's 2 on Tate Stuckey. First team foul against the Vikings. 1 team foul for each side as Trent Johansson comes back onto the floor. And Stuckey will go to the bench. So Smaley will bring the ball up the floor. Preston has regained the lead, 39-37. 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Hammonds in the right corner rather. Drop it down low to Hyde. Ty splits the double team, gets the foul, but he can't get the basket to go in.
It's a good job by...
Now who's it on? It's going to be on Himes.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't on Robinette. Good job by Ty there to get to the basket and get a shot off right there.
They were both there, but luckily enough for the Vikings, it was called on Himes and not Robinette.
Exactly.
So here comes Ty to the free throw line to shoot his first free throws of the game tonight. He has only 2 points after sitting out most of the first half, and the first free throw is no good.
A little long there for Ty.
Casey Knight back into the game. He'll replace Cash Cowdrey. As
Is there a wet spot on the floor?
A wet spot on the floor. I know that in the previous game they were complaining about the floor had a waxy feel to it, and a lot of the players were slipping.
Oh, really? Well, I hope that doesn't happen. That's not very safe.
As it kind of wipe up something under the under the hoop.
Greg Harding is getting his extra duty in tonight, cleaning the floors.
I don't know what they would have done overnight that would make the floor feel different.
I don't
think that personally. I don't think they did anything. I think it's just
could just be somebody walking on the floor that got on there or something. But
could be the humidity, the moisture in the air, settling on the floor. So here we go. Now Ty will shoot the second, and that one rolls in. So Ty has 3 points in the game. And Preston back out to a 3-point lead again, 40-37. Full court pressure put on by the Indians. Robinette almost threw it away. Nice job by Himes to keep it from going into the bench. And then Luke gets a hand on it and ends up in the student section.
Just about got that.
So
his buddy caught him.
The front row saved him from going any deeper.
Yeah.
Himes will bring it in. Along with being good people, they're also a good catch.
Yeah, exactly.
So here is Foote, top of the key. As Wood looking for the cutters, and we got a whistle away from the ball. As
who's that on?
We're going to call this on. Ward was there or Dunn. It's going to go against Garrett.
Probably a holding or something when they were trying to move or something like that.
That's his first, 2 on each team. 2:55 to play in the quarter.
Watch the lob is what our coaches are yelling. They'll probably try to lob it to Robinette.
As Robinette, we have to run through Hyde to get there, so they just lob it in. And now Robinette comes to get the ball outside. Drives on Hyde, flips it over his head, back over to right. Looks at a three, doesn't take it, almost threw it away.
Just about.
Good reaction by Foote to keep it from going out of bounds.
Yep.
Comes back to Himes straight away. He'll force a three. That's short as Hyde had it, knocked away. As they
Timeout.
Got a gang tackle on the floor. Hyde ends up on top of the pile, and who's got it?
It looked more like a goal line stand. But I don't know what they're going to do. They'll probably call jump ball. Yeah, possession. They called a jump, so they gave the possession to Middleton. Ty went in there just like there was a loose football.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he was confused which season he's in right now. But it was good hustle.
Inbound count pass comes to Merritt Foote. 2.5 to play in the quarter. Foote goes back to Himes. Almost threw it away. Boy, right and left, just a heartbeat too soon as it comes to Robinette. Kick it back to right in the left corner. Doesn't take the shot. Now looks inside, trying to look good for Foote. Gets it to Robinette at the left elbow. Robinette looking, waiting. Now wants to drive. Spin on Hyde, lay it in.
Really nice move there by Robinette.
Robinette has 8. Preston's lead down to 1 again. Smedley will give it to Gabe Hammonds, to Ward. Thought about it, now he'll take it, and that's a little bit too long. Probably the second thought, probably shouldn't have taken it.
Well, he's got to be able to hit that shot, though. I'm glad he took it. You want that confidence.
Get it inside to Robinette on the left block. Spins, shoots over Ty. Bank, it goes in and out. Too much to the groan of the crowd sitting behind us. Ahead to Dunn. Scott with the three-pointers and an air ball taken there by Robinette.
He's got to play some good defense right here down with 1:24 left.
Foote back up into the front court. Comes around the screen set there by Robinette. Wants to shoot over Smedley. Finds himself with the left block now. Nothing to do with it, so he'll kick it back out to Himes, who gets it right back. Backing in on Smedley. Turns on Luke. Still can't get a shot. Back out to Robinette for 3. Good.
We've got to get out on that. They're making too many of those uncontested shots.
Middleton now with a 2-point lead. Less than a minute to play in the quarter. Crowd comes alive. They're wanting Preston to get a hoop. 50 seconds to play. 42-40. Smedley drives. No shot there. Bounce it down low to Hyde. Robinette got a hand on it. Ty goes up. No good. Robinette's got the rebound.
Jeez.
Right up into the front court. Comes down the left side. Driving on Smedley. Will pull the ball back out. Back to Robinette again. Just outside the top of the key, standing in three-point country. Gives it back to Wright with 29 seconds to play. Wright will shoot a 3. That's off. Robinette's got the board inside. No-look pass goes to Himes. Almost threw it away. Back to Wright. 20 seconds to play. And now Coach Harrington's yelling, slow it down. Take the last shot. As Merritt Foote tried to penetrate, then backed it back out. Dunn got a hand on it. Dunn poked it away. Here comes Scott. Bounce pass to Ward. Pushed from behind. Scott backs up for a 3. Good!
Yes! What a shot!
At the buzzer as Preston ties the game
I
at
thought it
the
was
half.
a 3. Wasn't it a 3? They only gave him a 2?
They only gave him a 2. They must have said he wasn't behind the line.
I thought it was a 3.
It sure looked like a 3, but they didn't give it to him. We'll check on it. We'll go to the break. We'll come back to the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll go there next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH. KACH.
Well, we'll go to the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Who's going to win the fourth quarter? Whoever wins the fourth wins the game. We're tied at 42. Ball belonging to the Indians again to start the quarter. Dunn has it, down low to Hyde, and immediately coming over and drawing the foul was Johansson. That's his second.
And they've been hammering tight pretty hard, and they
Absolutely.
haven't called them, so at least they're finally calling a couple of those.
Johansson draws his second. Smaley brings it in from under his own hoop. Cole Harris back in to start the fourth quarter. Hammonds gets a man up in the air, draws the foul, and almost got the hoop, but it wouldn't go down for him. He will go to the line to shoot two.
It was a good job by Gabe to keep his balance and be able to draw the foul and almost convert a three-point play chance.
Jordan Himes will draw the foul, his second, fourth team foul against Middleton. And Hammonds at the free throw line. His first free throw of the night is good. He'll have one more. So Preston moves back out in front. Second free throw by Hammonds is good.
Good job, Gabe.
He makes them both.
Oh!
As, boy, the inbound pass into traffic is taken away there by Johansson, who gets it back up into the front court. Hammonds now with 9 points in the game. Robinette goes off the glass, no good.
Oh, he got hammered.
Up inside, and guess what? They're going to call it out of bounds again, this time off the shoulder of Cowdrey.
Yeah, it was one of those where they could have called a foul and they didn't know what to call, so they just give us the ball. So either way, we get it.
Cowdrey's a little more accepting of that call, although deep down you know he didn't believe it. Smaley up into the front court, free throw line extended right, wants to drive down the middle. Now he'll lay it off. Harris has it, drives baseline, reverse layup, no good. Ty ends up on the floor. Robinette has the rebound. Get it ahead to Merritt. Foot up into the front court. Give it back to Robinette. Back to Foot. Wants to drive. Smaley cut him off. Now he runs into Cole Harris instead, so he'll give it back to Himes. Himes come back out to Johansson. Robinette pops out into the left corner, has it there. Drives baseline. Harris there to cut him off. As swing it underneath, back to Foot.
Get it, yes.
As Luke got a hand on it, picked up by Hammonds. Another turnover here against Middleton. Back to Luke. Luke takes a second to mop his brow. Now gives it off to Hammonds. Free throw line extended left. One bounce dribble, looks inside, try to go to Hyde, can't. Comes across court to Harris. Harris tried to go back inside to Hyde, still can't get it there either. So Luke will come and meet the ball and take it from him. Preston up by 2, 6:35 to play in the fourth. It's double teaming Hyde, front and back.
They're just leaving Harris wide open.
As Ty has it in the paint. A little shot there over Himes is no good. Robinette has the board.
He had Cole wide open under the basket. He just didn't see him.
Ty's got to learn that ball's going to come back out when he doesn't have a shot. Don't just force something up.
Exactly. Yep.
Merritt Foot slows the ball down a little bit. Gives it back to Cowdrey back into the game. Cowdrey tries to back in on Harris. Still backing in. Goes up. No
over the back.
Robinette takes the rebound away. Lost it, and the ball's going to stay with Middleton.
Should have been over the back on Robinette.
Gabe Stuckey comes back in. Harris leaves for the Indians.
I'd sure like to see Scotty Dunn or Hammonds heat up right here.
That's Garrett Ward back onto the floor for Preston. Comes into Himes. He'll hand it to Merritt Foot. 5:55 to play. Preston by 2, 44-42. Robinette comes out to set a screen. Cowdrey goes the opposite way. Okay, so Ty just sticking his arm out to play defense, and the guy drills Ty's arm and goes out of bounds.
Ty did a good job. He had his hand in the passing lane, just like you're taught. Good fundamentals.
Merritt Foot to bring it back in for Middleton in the corner. Looking.
Oh, Luke got a hand on it.
Luke got a hand on it again.
Yep.
Picked up there by Dunn. Comes to Hammonds. Hammonds all the way.
Yeah.
Get in.
And it should have been a foul, too. He got bumped on the way up. Good job by Gabe.
Hammonds now with 13. 3-point lead for the Indians. Himes straight away. Comes on the left side. Now back to the pass. Robinette wasn't looking. Intercepted by Dunn. Back to Smaley. Luke driving, spinning, slipping and falling.
Oh, he got rid of it. He got rid of the ball, wasn't it? Didn't he get rid of it as he was falling?
I thought he did, but we got a timeout call here by Middleton with 5:20 to play. Preston up 4. We'll take a timeout. Be back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks all available right here in the city of Preston. 5:20 to play here in the fourth. The fourth quarter brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Game was tied at 42 at the break, at the end of the quarter. Preston has outscored Middleton 4-0 here in the quarter so far and lead 46-42 with 5:20 to play. So the ball belongs to Middleton backcourt. Preston will just set up and meet them as they come across the timeline, and instead of putting on any kind of full court pressure.
Well, at this point, you're trying to conserve a little energy.
Absolutely. Wright up into the front court, comes to Himes. Himes will give it back to Wright. Free throw line extended left. Now back out top. Stuckey for another 3. Good.
Wow.
He's got 4 threes in the game and a total of 12 points. Preston now leads cut down to 1. Back to Ward. Garrett looks inside, gets it to Hyde. Dribbles into the double team, bangs into Robinette.
Get it, Ty.
The shot by Smaley was no good. Ty fights for the rebound underneath, but it's out of bounds, and it's going to go back over to Middleton. Inbound pass comes to Cowdrey in the front court. Cowdrey wants somebody to come to the ball. He'll give it to Wright. As Wright takes it across the top of the key, back over onto the right side. Robinette back out to meet the ball out in three-point country. Yelling out instructions, he'll give it back to Himes. Into the corner, Stuckey, another 3, good again.
We're just not rotating out on him, Dan, like we need to. I mean, by now, we have to learn we can't leave that open.
He's got 5 threes in the game. That's all of his points. He's got 15.
Yep.
Top of the key, Ward takes another 3 from there. That's short. Rebound comes off. Stuckey's got the rebound. Wright will walk it across the timeline. We're under 4 minutes now to play in the game. 48-46, Middleton on top. As it comes over to Hames, back out top to Wright. Looks to give it to Stuckey, nothing there, so Wright will take it down the right side. Now to Cowdrey. Cowdrey back out to Robinette. Stands in three-point country, looks Ty in the eye. Now he'll give it back over to Cowdrey, wants to go down the middle. Ward got a hand on it, foul on Ward.
Well,
that's his second. Just the third team foul of the half against the Indians, so no trouble there yet. 3.5 to play, and Cowdrey at the free throw line. First one is good.
Preston's just got to come down, Dan, get a bucket, take good shots, high percentage shots, and get back in it.
Cowdrey makes them both. He has 9 in the game. With Harris not on the floor, they're now just letting Ward shoot.
Yeah, that's their strategy. They're just,
Timeout called by the Indians with 3:26 to play. As with the free throws The Vikings have extended the lead out. They now lead by 4. We'll take a timeout. We're back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa, it's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Fourth quarter, tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home here in Preston. In your time of need, you need professionals with true compassion. That's what you'll find at Webb Funeral Home. Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. 3:26 to play. 50-46, Middleton with the lead. Middleton has 4 team fouls, Preston only 3. Ty and Tyler Robinette both only with 2 fouls after the first half. Comes right in. Ward will shoot another 3. That's no good. He just keeps shooting them. They leave him wide open.
They're literally letting him shoot. Yeah, they're going to take that.
He's missed 3 threes here in the quarter.
Yep.
Robinette, top of the key, gives it off to Hames as Ward comes out on him. Garrett with a quick punch at the ball and a timeout immediately called by the Vikings, who want another full timeout.
Yep.
With 3:07 to play. We'll keep it here.
Coach saw something he didn't like. Probably, I don't know. I don't think he called it because he's worried about a 5-second call. I think he just wanted to adjust to something that we were doing on defense. So
take the timeout. He'll sit and he'll chat with everybody. Remember, the winner of this game here tonight will play tomorrow afternoon as they will face Meridian tomorrow, as Meridian has that big kid in the middle who's 6'10".
yeah, he's a big kid.
He is.
Yep.
He is going to be a load to handle for either Hyde or Robinette, either one.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and that they're a good team. Meridian will do well at the 5A level. I'm sure they'll compete at state.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah, they are a well-balanced team. The loser of this game tonight gets Bonneville tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. Preston back out onto the floor. Here comes the Vikings. 3:07 to play. Ball belonging out of bounds in front of the student section as Robinette will bring it in. Nervous time at Preston Gym. The 30-game winning streak in jeopardy. Robinette brings it in to Merritt Foote. Foote working against Dunn. Will now look back door, nothing there. So he goes back to Cowdrey. Cowdrey bounces it back to Himes. Almost threw it away. Himes had to come get it. Top of the key back to Robinette. Hammonds is on Robinette with a mismatch. He threw it away. He threw it right to Hyde.
Let's go now.
Robinette rolled over. I should say Hammonds rolled over on Ty's ankle, and Ty limped for a moment coming up the floor. Looks like he's okay. Smalley holds the ball out top. Hammonds, free throw, three-point country, gives it inside to Ty. Ty's trying to force his way inside, and a foul inside. As they're going to call that on Cowdrey with a forearm against Ty.
That's just the 5th team foul, so no shots right now for Ty.
3 on Cowdrey. He's really the only member of the Vikings in foul trouble. Hammonds had a 3, didn't take it. Gives it off to Smalley. Smalley lost the ball inside. Ty's got it, fumbles it inside into paint, and they got another foul. This one's going to go on Robinette.
It's down, so it's only the 6th team foul. It is on Robinette, though? Good.
Yes, it is. That's 3 on him.
Take it right at him again, Ty. Back him right in.
So that's 6. Vikings are out of fouls now. 2:23 to play. Free throws for Preston the rest of the way. Smalley gets it in deep to Dunn. Hammonds in the corner. Fakes the 3. Steps inside. Takes it 2. Too long. Robinette has the rebound on the air ball. Comes back to Foote. 2:10 to play. Still a 4-point lead as Hammonds runs into Foote, and then Ward runs into him and draws the foul. That's 3 on Garrett.
15 foul. Preston, we want to be smart with those fouls and foul when you're trying to steal it or something like that. So we got 2 more to give.
So it's 4 team fouls on the Indians as they get it into Robinette. Done. They double team Robinette, and then a timeout called by the bench.
He's got to be running out timeouts. He's called 3 already this half, hasn't he?
I think so. He's called 2 just in the last minute off the clock.
Yep.
We'll keep it here again, as again, this will be a 30-second timeout with 2:05 left in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. You know, we've got games coming up this week against Century, and Century was playing in the tournament, and they lost both of their games.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, they. I think they're a little down this year, aren't they?
They are.
From years past. Yep.
They are. They do have the big kid in the middle. I'm trying to think of his last name off the top of my head.
Well,
it's Titan Flashman.
Yeah.
Flashman is.
They've got Gunter, that's a good player too.
Flashman's the kid who hurt his knee in the second game against us late in the game, and ended up missing the rest of the year.
Yep.
So, but he's back after had knee surgery, and he's back.
Well, Preston needs to come up with something here. Get a steal, force a turnover, missed shot, and get back in this.
Get in the backcourt. It comes to Cowdery.
Oh,
they double team in the backcourt. Down low underneath. Stuckey in the paint. Goes to Robinette for the layup.
That was too easy. Well, we need to hit a couple threes here.
Robinette's got 13. Up by 6. Ward for 3. That's no good. He missed another one. Ty with a shove in the middle of the back. Got away with it. Comes ahead to Cowdery. Cowdery lay it up and in. Hammonds, he'll take a 3 from the right corner. That's good. His 4th of the game. Hammonds has 16. I don't know if their instruction is to shoot quick, but when the ball goes into Gabe's hands, it doesn't come back out.
Well, he's a scorer. Gabe, has a mentality to score, and that's why he's a good shooter. And when he takes shots in rhythm like that, it's good. He does a good job. So I'd like to see. They're up 6 now, so we've got to, at a certain point, we've got to think about fouling, so that we can at least get them to the line.
We have 2 fouls to give. We got a minute and a half to play.
And they're going to come out and completely stall right now and force us to foul them. So, they're not going to shoot anymore the rest of this game. They don't have to.
That's fine.
So, we put ourselves in a little predicament, but I've seen crazy things happen in this gym. So hopefully we'll have a miracle tonight.
Absolutely. But the first thing is they need to give those 2 fouls and do it quickly.
And I imagine that's what Coach Jones said in the timeout is, hey, get a couple of quick fouls so that we have to put them in the one-on-one we can.
Foul somebody out, way away from the basket. Yep. Each team has 1 timeout left.
Yep. I didn't think we've called that many timeouts.
I didn't think so either, but apparently we have. As it comes into Cowdery. Cowdery gives it off to Robinette. Quickly up in the front court to Stuckey. In the corner it goes to Hammonds, and there's the foul given by Hyde. That's his 3rd. Didn't have much of a choice. You couldn't let much more time run off the clock.
No.
That's 5 team fouls, so they still have 1 more. It's going to turn into a free throw shooting contest here. They bring it in deep to Robinette. Robinette to Foot, back to Himes, and there's the foul on Himes. That's going to go against Ward. That's 4 on Garrett.
So the next one will put them at the bonus.
Both teams are now in the bonus as they have 16 fouls apiece. So free throws the rest of the way for both sides. 1:20 to play, 54-49. Middleton by 5. Still a 2-possession game. Preston needs to get some offense going. Robinette, and quickly that's going to be on Ty. That's 4 on Ty. It's going to be 1-1.
Probably not the guy you wanted to foul.
Probably not.
Robinette's a good foul shooter.
And probably not the guy you wanted to give the foul and Hyde.
Right.
Trent Johansson back into the game. Tyler Robinette will shoot the 1-and-1. Robinette, who has only made 1 out of 3 from the free throw line here in the game. First one good. Robinette now with 14 in the game. 6-point game, 55-49, so it's still just 2 possessions as Robinette tries to extend the lead and does.
Well, we got to go down and score quick. No time to waste. We got to go down and shoot a 3.
It's a 3-possession game. You need quickly. Inside to
Why
Ty.
are we doing
is
that?
double teamed and is whipped away by Robinette, and then a foul in the backcourt against Hammonds.
We didn't need to work it inside. We needed 3.
Yep.
Yep.
Why work it in, throw it into the double team immediately?
I don't understand, but whatever.
So Cowdery back to the line as he'll shoot 1 and 1. 1:08 to play. They go up by 7. It's a 3-possession game, so they need, as the first one by Cowdery is good. He'll now get the bonus.
This reminds me of Austin's senior year, 2016. We lost to Minico in this tournament, and it was the best thing that could happen to us. Kind of woke us up.
He makes them both. He has 13, and they're up by 9. There's a 3-possession game. They need some threes. Dunn will take the first one. No good. As Ty got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. It's going to go back over to Middleton. 1 minute exactly. As Tate Stuckey will come back in. As Johansson will go to the bench. As they get it into Stuckey, double teamed in the backcourt. Ward knocks it away, but knocked it out of bounds.
Well, you got to credit Middleton, Dan. They came out with a good game plan. You know, they scouted us a lot. They knew our plays, and they executed, did a good job.
They knew that everything runs through Hyde. Ward, 3-pointer from the corner on the steal. That's no good. Back to Dunn, kick it back out to Hammonds. Hammonds lobs it inside to Hyde. Ty drives on Robinette, lays it in. Ty's got 5, but there's 40 seconds left, and they're still down by 7. They being Preston. Comes to Robinette, gets it up into the front court. Back to Hyman. Back to now to Robinette. They'll hang on to it, and a foul. Send Robinette back to the line. As foul's going to go on Dunn. That's his first. Tyler Robinette will go back to the line to shoot 1 and 1 once again. First one, good. He'll now get the bonus. 16 points in the game for Robinette. 30 seconds left. Robinette makes them both. He's made 4 in a row down the stretch as they go back up by 9 again. Still a 3-possession game. Smaley wants to drive. Driving, kicks it off to Hyde, lay it up and in. Again, you don't need layups.
No, we got the ball back. Oh, no, they wasted like 8 seconds on the clock.
The clock's still running. Why is the clock running? Because the ball was rolling around loose on the floor.
I guess.
Up in the front court, Stuckey.
Oh, yeah.
Blocked by Hyde. Foul by Hyde.
That was a foul. Jeez. Wow. That's 5 on Ty.
That's 5 on Ty, so he's going to head to the bench. Fouls out for the first time this year. Cole Harris will come back in as Ty leaves today with 7. So here's Stuckey at the line, 11 seconds to play, can make it an 8-point lead, which he does. Stuckey's made 5 threes tonight. That's the first basket he's had tonight, other than the 3, as he makes both free throws. Has 17 in the game. Trent Johansson will come back in. As it comes to Smaley, up into the front court. Luke will line up a 3 from straight away. It's short. It's an air ball. Harris saves it on the floor, goes back to Ward, back to Hammonds. He'll take a 3 of his own. That's no good as Harris chases the ball down, but the ball game is over as Preston will end up losing tonight by the final score of 62-53. Well, we said it right at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Who's going to win the fourth quarter?
Yep.
It was the Vikings, who outscored Preston by 9 in the quarter to get the win. Final score tonight, 62-53. We'll go to the post-game show, see if we get a chance to talk to Coach Jones coming up, and we'll recap tonight's game. We'll do all that as we go to the post-game show, and we'll be back right after this.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, the big city market with small town friendliness. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of Preston. By Hawaiian Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. Come try the best Hawaiian food right here in Preston. By Naylor Insurance, for life, home, and auto insurance from Mutual of Enumclaw on State Street in Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metals into cash. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Valley Implement. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
It starts with the action on the court, moves to the crowd, is described by the broadcasters and transmitted to you wherever you are. The energy, passion, and excitement will make you shout out loud even if no one else is around. Go ahead. It starts right here on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
This Saturday, the Aggies take on the BYU Cougars at Vivint Smart Home Arena in Salt Lake City. The pregame show's at 5:30. The tip-off is at 6.
Utah State basketball on KACH.
When the time finally comes to deliver your new little one, the comforts of home are vital. Franklin County Medical Center understands, and that's why the new maternity suites are designed with a warm family atmosphere, spacious rooms complete with sleeping accommodations for your partner, and state-of-the-art birthing equipment. At Franklin County Medical Center, your new arrival will be welcomed into the world safely, and the expert staff will ensure you're relaxed and comfortable. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard. Well, we welcome you back inside Preston Gym as the Middleton Vikings able to knock off Preston here tonight in the semifinal game of the Holiday Classic tournament here in Preston by the final score of 62-53. They will move on to play Minico. I'm talking about Minico so much. They'll play Meridian tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The Indians will get Bonneville tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. We'll have it for you here on KACH with the pregame show about 1:15 tomorrow afternoon. You know, Ron, we talked about who was going to win the fourth quarter, and definitely it was the Vikings able to win the fourth quarter simply because they did one thing. They were able to take Preston out of their game, and they dictated the action.
Well, they did, and then they hit they had a lot of wide open looks from 3, and they hit them, and we had a lot of wide open looks from 3, and we didn't. It was as simple as that in the fourth quarter. They were given a few of our guys just to, just say make it, and they just didn't go down, but they'll go down another time, and, it's, again, credit to Middleton. They came out with a good game plan. They took Ty and Scott out of the game, and, in the first half, Luke was able to make him pay. For some reason, the second half, we didn't go back to Luke driving. We were trying to do some other things, and so, but that's just how it is sometimes. And I remember I alluded to it a little bit back in 2016, the first year we won state. This reminds me of it. Minico came in. They were a team like Middleton that was a rival for us. They came in and beat us in the holiday tournament, and one of the coaches that was at the time recruiting Austin to Idaho State said, well, they can win a T-shirt, but you get the ring in March. And that's what happened.
Yep.
Minico went home with a T-shirt from this tournament. We got the ring in March. And so I hope that we'll learn from that and return the favor to them in the state tournament.
Cooper Hobson, of course, obviously wasn't on the floor, but it was Cooper who got hot in that first game at State and started burying the threes in the fourth quarter, and that kind of changed the scenario. That took Middleton out of their game plan and kind of forced the action on them, and they're the ones that weren't able to respond.
This is a game, we miss Cooper every game, but especially in a game like this where you've got so many talented players on the other team. We miss that other senior that could step up and score like that tonight. We miss Cooper a big time tonight.
Yep. So February 22nd of 2017 was
last time we lost.
Last time they lost here.
Who was that to?
That was against Idaho Falls in the last game of the district tournament, 47-39. So, 21 months ago, 30 games ago, was the last time that Preston suffered a loss on their home floor.
We lost in district tournament, then we went up one state.
Yeah.
Yep.
So unfortunately, that's, even the Lakers' 32-game win streak back in 71-72 eventually had to come to an end, and it took Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when he was still called Luau Cinder, to beat the Lakers back in Milwaukee when he was still a Buck.
Yep.
So it's unfortunate, it's sad, but in the end, it was Middleton who was able to really control the game. They were able to get back into it. Preston had a lead of as much as 6 and 8 points there in the right around halftime, late in the second, early third, but they weren't able to hold it.
It was that stretch in the third quarter that flipped the game. We went up 7, if I remember right.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they went on a 7-0 run and just got right back into the game, and they never looked back from there. That was the critical point of the game, was with that 7-0 run that they did. They just hit 3-3 and just like that.
Yep, they got that run right at the end of the quarter, and it was tied at 42 after 3.
Yep.
And they outscored Preston in the fourth.
Yep.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, look at the stat sheet, waiting for Coach Jones, who we get a chance to talk to him before we get off the air tonight. We'll do that always after this timeout.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, let's check out the score sheet, see how things looked from the way the game ended. First for Middleton, who won the game by a score of 62-53. Merritt Foote finished the game with 6 points on a pair of threes. Cash Cowdery had 13. Tyler Robinette had 17 in the game, as did Trade Stuckey. He had 5 threes and 2 free throws in the game for his 17. Casey Wright had 2. Trent Johansson had 4. And Jordan Hames had a total of 3 on 1 3-point basket made. For the Indians, Ty Hyde, who sat out most of the first half with a couple of fouls early, they finished the game with 7. Scott Dunn had 8 in the game. Luke Smaley was the high point man for both sides. He had 21. Cole Harris finished the game with 2. Garrett Ward did not score. Gabe Hammonds finished the game with 16 points. He made 4 threes tonight. And that's the way the scoring goes for the Indians. Brett Robertson played, but he did not score in the game. So, 62-53 the final. We'll take another timeout. Still wait for Coach Jones. Give him a couple more minutes to come out. We'll get some final thoughts from Ron and look forward to tomorrow. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
The holidays are a special time, filled with delicious meals, savory meats, desserts, candies, and hot apple cider. The team at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston wish you and yours a delicious holiday season filled with happiness. Visit us today for all the ingredients for your special recipes. Shop the wide selection of holiday gifts for everyone on your list. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. We thank you for your patronage.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH.
Well, Coach Jones has yet to come out of the locker room, so he's having a pretty good chat with the guys in there.
Yeah.
After a loss here on the home floor, as Middleton will now move on and play for the championship tomorrow afternoon against Meridian here of the Preston Holiday Classic tournament. So we'll won't really wait for Coach Jones. We'll move right on and get a couple of final thoughts from you.
So the thoughts that I have, Dan, is, you try to always take a positive out of something like this. And, I think about now Middleton will be ranked number 1. Yep. And they'll have to have that hanging over them most of the season. And I, in some ways, would rather have them have that number 1 and we're kind of number 2 or 3 or whatever, kind of fighting our way in it. And we're going to think about this a lot. When you lose a game, you contemplate on it more than when you win. And I think that the players, the coaches, are going to learn a lot from this game. Middleton, is going to kind of hang it over us a little bit. But, again, I like our chances of going to state, and I like our chances of seeing them at state, and I like our chances of beating them at state.
Yeah.
And in some ways, when you've lost, you kind of have that little more, kind of like they did today. They seem just a little hungrier than us a little bit because we had knocked them out last year in state. So I'm hoping that we can take that drive and catapult that in if we get to play them again.
Well, according to what I had been told, that was the whole reason why they wanted to come to the tournament, was because they were looking for some monicum of revenge from losing at state last year. They wanted another shot at these guys.
Yeah, now they won the T-shirt, so we'll try to get the ring from them.
That's a great story. I love that story.
Yep.
They can have the T-shirt, and Preston will try to take a shot at the ring coming up later on at state. So that'll thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
You bet.
We'll see you tomorrow. So that'll wrap up our broadcast here for tonight. We'll remind you that Preston will play Bonneville Bees tomorrow afternoon. Tip-off is at 1:30. We'll have the pregame show tomorrow about 1:15. The executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. The studio coordinator tonight is John Beverly. As I want to thank everybody for listening. Along with Ron Smaley, I'm Dan Hubbard, reminding you of the final score as the Middleton Vikings come on to the floor here at Preston, snap the Indians' 30-game home winning streak as they win tonight by the final score of 62-53. From here at Preston High School, I'm Dan Hubbard. Have a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.